Hey everybody, I'm Lindsay, and I want to welcome you to Let's Talk About That, the show where every week a Lyra mental health coach like myself answers one of your top questions about mental health and well-being. This week, let's talk about the secret to a solid self-care practice. I thought I'd approach this video a little differently than you might be expecting. Rather than offering ideas for specific self-care activities, something that's widely available with a quick Google search, this video is an invitation to deepen your self-care practice by incorporating one secret step, which is often overlooked. Now, I call it a secret, but the fact is, there's no proprietary information. This tip costs nothing, and it takes just seconds to do. But the added benefits that it can offer to your well-being are huge. Now, there are a lot of false assumptions about self-care, that it's selfish or something only women do. And if 18 million Instagram hashtags are any indication, many people define self-care as a sensory indulgence. Think spa treatments, scented candles, fancy supplements, or detox juice cleanses. But let's acknowledge what those luxuries require. Disposable income, free time, access to products and services, and more often than not, a reliance on other people to supply them to you. But what if you don't have the resources to enjoy these activities? Or what if these pleasures have been wrenched away by a global pandemic, all but canceling your self-care rituals? How do you regulate and tend to yourself then? Okay, you ready for that self-care secret? Here it is. A solid self-care practice is expressed in two different, yet equally important ways. Both ways have their merits, but they serve different functions and they have different benefits. It's important to know the difference so that you can be thoughtful about the kind of care you need and want to offer yourself. We'll be taking a closer look at these two ways of practicing self-care in just a moment, but first, let's define self-care from a mental health perspective and also understand where the concept originated. Self-care is the continual practice of noticing and tending to the needs of your body, mind, and spirit. It's a proactive, mindful process of paying attention to your experience and responsively offering yourself care in ways that don't always rely on someone else providing it to you. It's a way of taking accountability for yourself and for your experience. If this idea sounds radical, it's because it is. Most people don't realize that the philosophy of self-care is rooted in activism and social change. In the US, the practice of self-care gained popularity in the 70s. The Black Panther Party urged Black citizens to maintain health and resilience while enduring repeated injuries and injustices of personal and systemic racism. Black communities and other marginalized groups have faced limited access to health services for generations. Self-care emerged as a way for oppressed people to look after themselves when systems couldn't be relied on. Needless to say, these injustices persist. And on a personal note, I'm proud to be affiliated with Lyra, where we're working to recognize and remove inequities to mental health care specifically. Anyhow, structural change has been painfully slow. However, the notion of self-care has continued to flourish since the 70s and is now recognized as a valuable practice for all people. Most would agree that taking care of yourself is a good idea. You feel better when you do, and you feel the consequences when you don't. So, whether you've been practicing self-care for a while or you're just warming up to the idea, let's talk about how to create a meaningful practice that's reflective of your unique needs and circumstances. A first step is to think of self-care as a continual practice. Something to engage with on good days, hard days, all the days. Begin by simply paying attention to your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs as they ebb and flow throughout the day. You could even try this right now if you want. You can take a pause. You can close your eyes if you like. You can take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can let your shoulders drop a bit and relax your jaw, and then take another breath and start paying attention to yourself. What's your body telling you? What emotions feel strongest right now? Is there some sort of longing to feel connected to something bigger than yourself? What is that? Where are your thoughts pulling your attention? Nice work. So if nothing else, that inquiry is a huge step. It costs nothing. It takes seconds, but by intentionally noticing your experience, you're acknowledging that you are a person worthy of care and attention. You are taking the accountability to get your needs met. Cool. So now you've noticed your needs. Next, you ask yourself how you want to meet them. And this is where that self-care secret comes in. So, as I mentioned earlier, a solid self-care practice contains two expressions: diverting your attention and connecting to your values. So, diversions offer short-term relief by putting distance between you and the discomforts of life. Things like listening to music, baking, reading a book, or spa treatments are good examples of this. These activities create a pleasant pause, offering a short reprieve so you can recharge and then return to life with fresh energy. But the benefits of these activities don't necessarily extend beyond the activity itself. So, the other way of expressing self-care. The other way is by connecting to your values. Your values offer purpose, direction, and meaning. They're different from goals because values can't be achieved or obtained. Think about being in an active and ongoing relationship to your values. Examples include love, integrity, nature, art, family, freedom, and generosity. Here's an example. Personally, I value discovery a great deal, and I express that in a number of ways. Hiking somewhere new, learning about different ideas, visiting museums when they're open, and trying different kinds of food, music, and experiences. Engaging with my value of discovery offers me benefits which extend far beyond the duration of my actual activity. And this is because I'm intentionally expressing something that feels meaningful to me about life. Also, it's possible to act in alignment with one's values at any time, regardless of the circumstances. Like, it's a drag that I can't travel or attend live music right now due to the global pandemic. But I can still find outlets to enact my value of discovery in a way that doesn't require money, other people, or even leaving the house. A pretty cool thing about values is they offer us a way to be flexible and authentic to ourselves, even as we navigate challenge and change. Okay, let's recap. What is self-care? It's an ongoing practice of noticing and responding to your needs. How do you express it? Well, it's not a secret anymore, is it? There are two ways: diverting your attention with pleasant activities, giving you a short-term respite from challenge and stress, or connecting to your values, which give purpose and meaning to your life. This approach offers longer-term benefits and is an essential ingredient in the science of psychological well-being. What you need and how you need it will probably change day to day, but remind yourself that you are worthy of attention and care every day. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to tune in next week for another episode of Let's Talk About That. Do you have a mental health related question that you think we should cover next? Let us know through the comment box linked below.